it is the 10th, we're into double digits, of November, 10th of November, 2K15. And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And I hope you're doing well today.
I am. Thank you, sir.
An exciting time of year.
It is.
So many things going on. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Oh, boy. What is that right there?
What is this right here?
I wanted to ask you about that right there.
This is pretty neat. So out of Kinston, Learnard County, is Lennox. Lennox has been around for years and years and years.
Wonderful company.
Did not know until recently that all of the presidential china, so each president receives, its own china.
Mm-hmm.
Every single piece of china that has graced the White House has come from Kinston, North Carolina.
Really?
From Lennox.
I didn't know that.
Not wild. So this, and it's too difficult to see, but maybe you can see the outline of the bowl. Can you please tell us what this is?
Lennox Papal Statement Bowl Exhibit.
This exhibit is going on.
Papal refers to the Pope.
Yes. So this exhibit is going on. It's actually not in Wayne County, but it's right down Highway 70 in Kinston at the Kinston-Learnard County Visitor Center. This is really special because this bowl is the china that was presented to the Pope. And this is a place setting of the china that Lennox produced.
My word.
It is very special.
We should be proud.
We should be very, very proud. It's incredible that it came right from a neighboring county. It's incredible that it came from North Carolina. And so that exhibit started in October, and it will go through December 11th. So you've got another month to go down there. My stepmom is Lucy Marston, and she is one of the sweetest, most gracious Southern women you'll ever meet. And so she, if you're able to go, please tell her that that I sent you and told her hello. She'll tell you all the history about it.
Is she there?
She is there.
She's there at the Visitor Center?
She's there at the Visitor Center.
How about that? Well, that's very impressive.
Neat? Isn't that very neat?
You may remember the hoopla, the brouhaha that was...
brouhaha.
Well, it was the brouhaha when Pat Reagan threw out the old china and bought new. People say all the presidents do that. They all do that. Somebody had a field day with that one, though, but that came from Kinston. I didn't know that.
Is that not wild? So
that is really wild.
Lennox, if you look at most china, and this is where we need to get Lucy to come on the show, and she can tell you the history of all of
you think
what
she
Lennox
would?
She would love to. She would love to. But Lennox has an outlet, and they're open during the week in Kinston, and you can go, and if you search, I mean, most of our china at our house, our wedding china, if I'm being honest, a lot of it came from the Lennox outlet. If you flip it over, you can't find anything wrong with it. I'm like, why did it make it to the outlet? There's a flaw in it somewhere, and you usually can't find it. Some of them, you flip it over and you see a little imperfection.
Yeah, like they misspell Lennox or something.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, you have to search in there, but it's really neat that out of Eastern North Carolina, that's being produced and sent all over.
Our good old boys over here in our neighbor county.
Yes.
Yeah, over in Kinston-Learnard County Visitor Center. Where is that?
On Highway 70.
Highway 70.
It's right on Highway 70. Most people want the marker of King's Barbecue. It's right before you get there.
Oh, I know where it is.
You're on 70 in the intersection with Queen Street.
It used to be in the area around the truck weigh station.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, right around that area.
Yeah, that's right. It was built probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
Sure.
Beautiful place.
Excellent. Okay, what do we have? Today is the 10th, and that means today is Forget-Me-Not Day. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's also the birth anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps. Hoorah!
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. And let me mention very quickly, if you're a Marine, former Marine, active Marine, if you want, you can celebrate the Marine Corps birthday today at the Flying Shamrock on John Street.
Very nice.
Yeah, Vic Miller's inviting he's kind of heading that thing up. He's inviting Marines over to the Flying Shamrock to have a piece of birthday cake from the Marine Corps and observe today's birth anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps. It's also the second Tuesday of the month of November is known as Young Readers Day.
Very Very nice.
I used to be a young reader.
Young reading as well.
Well, I used to be a reader. Today, well, okay, we're going to do that later. We'll do this right now. You ready?
Yeah, ready.
We're going to go to our next segment, and we'll be right back. Our guest today is Chris Lawson, who is with the Wayne County Museum. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great, Wayne. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine, sir.
Yeah.
It's always good to see you.
Always a pleasure. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know, we've been doing this a long time, haven't we?
We have. I'd have
Started-
to start counting now.
Well, no, don't even try. Don't even start that. No, but yeah, we've been doing this a long time. We want to talk about things going on at the museum,
Yeah.
which is at what? North 116?
116 North William Street.
116 North William Street, in the vicinity of the post office downtown.
That's right, yeah. And a walk away from the courthouse.
And just a walk away from the courthouse. That's right.
Yeah.
Did you walk here today?
I did.
Good man.
I got my heart bumping and my brain bumping, I guess.
Yeah.
the blood flowing.
Gee,
There you
I
go.
wish I could do something with my brain, but it's a lost cause. I just can't do a thing with it.
Can't do it,
I've
yeah.
tried, you know.
That's fun.
Okay. All right. What's going on at the museum?
Oh, we got a lot. We're busy as always, Wayne.
Oh, I know.
One of the things I wanted to mention is Saturday, November 21st.
Yeah.
We have a guest speaker, Wade Sokolsky.
Yes.
He'll be at the museum again Saturday, November 21st, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. talking about the Battle of Wise Fork, and which was over near the Battle of Kinston.
It's in Lenore
to
County.
prepare, Lenore County, to prepare for Sherman's coming.
All right. Now, okay. Now, Wise Fork being in Lenore County, in fact, it's on the other side of Kinston, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
But how does that relate to Wayne County? What happened here that led to that?
Well, what it did, it led up to Sherman's March, and it basically will be talking about William Sherman and some of the other ones. I think Braxton Bragg on
Yeah.
the Confederate side. So he'll tell us all about that, Wayne. So
Okay.
but
all
because
right.
we know that Goldsboro was an important part of the Civil War.
You know, people don't realize that.
Yeah.
At one time, we were an enormous city of soldiers.
I believe it was the 5th largest ever in North Carolina at one time.
That was during the war.
Or
of
during
course.
the war, of
Yeah.
course.
Well, they were bivouacked here, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a benefactor. Well, that was the reason why we had the Battle of Goldsboro Bridges, because of the railroad.
That's right.
And Robert E. Lee said it was, as he said to the Wilmington Weldon Railroad, it was the lifeline of the Confederacy.
That's right.
So this battle was actually 3 years after that one. So
3 years
this
after.
is coming towards the end of the Civil War.
I believe it was March of 65.
1865,
Okay.
which also I think is around also the same time around Bentonville and Aversboro, which I think was a month before, around the same time.
So this was at Wise Fork, and this gentleman's going to, Mr. Kowalski's going to tell us all about it.
Sokolsky, yeah,
Sokolsky, I meant
yeah,
to say.
and that's
Sorry.
he's gonna have there'll be a question and answer period after the presentation, and books will be available for purchasing that day.
And this is going to be right here at our museum.
At our museum, yeah.
On the second floor.
On the second floor.
There's an elevator.
There's an elevator.
That's right.
For those of you who didn't know.
That's right. But and it starts at what time?
1 o'clock.
At 1 in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon.
All right.
On a Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So, and then the other thing we got is on December 6th. Can you believe the holidays are almost here?
I know.
But Sunday, December 6th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. we have the Christmas tour of churches.
Oh, wow.
So this ought to be, we
should
did
be
something
great.
like a couple years ago with the Homes tour, but this is a church. And we actually had a few churches on that. But we have St. Paul United Methodist, First Baptist, Madison Avenue, First Christian, St. Stephen's Episcopal, and First Presbyterian Church.
Oh, that is great. These are wonderful places of worship.
They
They're
are.
also beautiful forms and representatives of architecture.
Exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful architecture.
A lot of it, yeah. And the cost for that will be $10.
Is that all?
It's $10. They have to get it at the museum. And they'll meet at the museum, and then from the museum they'll go to each church, and each church will have a representative from that church to tell about that church's history.
But it's $10 for the whole
But it's
tour.
$10, but you can't beat that.
No, you can't beat
And then
that.
after that, they can come back to the museum, and there'll be some light refreshments.
Okay, and that starts at what time?
That's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m.
On December
December
6th.
6th, on a Sunday afternoon.
On a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be great.
Oh, it will, Wayne.
Yeah, $10.
And then we're going to be decorating for the holidays as well.
Yeah.
So.
The museum?
Yeah, we'll
Oh,
be decorating that. We'll be
No,
doing,
duh.
no, yeah, exactly. No, really?
Well, that's what we're here to talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And of
Okay.
course, our gift shop has expanded. We got a lot of new gift items in there. So
I have made a couple of purchases.
yes, you have.
I did.
We thank you, Wayne.
You're quite welcome. Glad to contribute.
Thank you for your contribution.
You're quite welcome.
You get a free dinner now.
Oh boy!
But yeah, thank
With
you.
a ham sandwich?
With a ham sandwich and a
Okay.
diet. Well, yeah, Coke.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Okay.
Another time.
All right, but now we're talking decorating for Christmas, and how? Tell me about that. How's
We're
that
gonna
take place?
set up. We'll have a Christmas tree. We'll be decked up. We'll deck the halls at the museum. Or
Deck
maybe
the-
should I say deck the museum?
Deck the museum.
Deck
yeah.
the museum. La 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 la. So we'll be doing that, and of course, some of the other things we have, Wayne, is we got the Wall of Fame. We
Oh,
got
yeah.
the Lady in the Park, the original one from Herman Park. We have the War Room. We have the Scavenger Hunt, which is really a great one. Great
That
activity.
is fantastic. Let's talk about the scavenger hunt just a minute. Now, tell
Yeah.
me what that is. I love this. Tell me. Tell
Well,
me
what
about
it is the kids look around for clues,
Right.
and after they find the clues, they get a prize at the end. So
Perfect.
and it's a great thing, you know.
And where does all this take place?
At the museum.
At the museum at
Yeah,
116
at 116
North Williams
Lawson.
Street, right?
So that's where the action is.
Go where the action is.
Yeah. So I always say you're never really too old to do it, but we gear it towards kids.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and parents love to watch their kids kind of scramble around and look,
Oh, yeah.
look for the clues, and then. But now, you mentioned the Wall of Fame a moment ago. Here recently, we had some additions to the Wall of Fame.
Yes.
Two of those. Well, in fact, I knew more than two of them, but two of them I have worked closely with in the past. One was the late Vassie Balcom,
Yes.
my
Vassie.
hero.
Yeah, very
and
nice.
another was Mr.
Mr.
Bob Hill.
Oh yeah, with the sound scope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with-
I just saw him the other day when he stopped in. Yeah.
Yeah, and rightly so, part of the Wall of Fame now at the Wayne County
Yeah.
Museum. And others as well. Dr. Hayes.
Dr. Hayes. There was
on
also Doc Casey, who
That's right.
worked with Wake Forest.
That's right.
We also had Neil Joseph. He
That's
had
right.
the department store. Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
But there were several editions, and I'm afraid we'll leave somebody out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Let's not mention them.
Oh, yeah,
But
but-
there's several
but
there,
there's
including
several.
Vernon Bunch,
Yeah, Vernon Bunch.
who was a big composer in Hollywood.
Yeah, Velton Bunch.
Velton Bunch.
Right.
I'm sorry, I said Vernon. I meant Velton. Ray Bunch.
Ray Bunch,
Yeah,
Ray
they
Bunch.
knew him
You
as
know what
Ray.
I mean, Vern?
Yeah. Okay, I know what you mean, Ray.
Ray, I know what you
Okay,
mean, Ray, yeah.
But Ray Bunch, and there's several.
Johnny Grant also.
Oh, yeah, and I love Johnny Grant.
Oh, he was awesome. Yeah.
He
And
was.
you know, I could keep going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
Seymour
yeah.
Johnson
Yeah, and Seymour Johnson.
is
yeah.
part of the Wall of Fame.
That's right.
That's a fun thing to read and look at, and just remember these wonderful individuals who are
Oh,
part of
yeah.
the Wall of Fame at the Wayne County Museum. And we have, you mentioned the War Room. Now,
Yeah, we
I'll
have
tell
the
you
War
what,
Room.
That's fascinating.
It is. That's our Wayne County's involvement up from American Revolution to World War II.
Yeah.
But we have added one thing from Korea, so that's been really fun. Yeah,
All right.
and we have the nice patch. It's really cool, Wayne. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice.
There's a lot of stuff in the War Room there, from, as you mentioned, from the Revolutionary War all the way up to the
World
to
War
War
II,
II.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
it's
And
all
now Korea.
And Korea, and it's all Wayne County's involvement.
Yeah.
So it's really great. Yeah.
Okay, do we have anything else?
Well, I
What
was
did you talk
just,
about?
I was going to mention that during the holidays, Wayne, our museum gift shop will be open during our after hours, so people can come by and shop.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have the hours available?
I was trying to think. Well, December 10th, we're going to have a membership thing, but I know that night will be open for the museum
Okay,
to look at that.
December 10th.
Yeah, December 10th, and
All
I
right.
think the next was December 3rd. There's also going to be a museum open house from 5:30 to 8 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Open house
Yeah, there'll be an open house. Yeah.
until 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Yeah,
Okay.
and we're also participating in the holiday art walk that the Arts Council does. So we're one of the stops, and that's going to be on Friday, December 4th, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m.
That's great.
Yeah, and that's the one where they do the passport and they go to all the different places in downtown Goldsboro. So.
Oh, yeah, and that's fun.
Yeah, I've done that. And
Hey.
I remember we had one night, my neighbor Rob Rigsby, who's a painting now, he's a retired vet, we had a lot of people that came in there. So that's really popular.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
popular. So can anyone find this information
They
anywhere?
can go, Wayne, they can go to our website at www.waynemuseum.org,
Okay.
and it's all there. We also have a Facebook page, Keeping Up with the Times.
Of course.
And they can go on there. We have a Facebook page also for the Streetscape exhibit. And that was another thing I was going to mention. We do have some of the stuff from Streetscape.
Oh, great.
That they got mostly from
from the
Center Street.
dig?
Yeah, from the dig.
Oh, yeah.
So we set that up, and it looks really nice.
Is it true that Kurt Keller has moved into the museum now and is camping out there next to the dig?
That is what I've heard. Yeah, I've been told. Yeah. We'll have our own night of the museum soon.
Okay, only kidding, Kurt.
Just kidding, yeah.
Okay, but now there's stuff from the dig there, and these are artifacts that were found under the ground. When Streetscape was being done.
Exactly, yeah. And it's amazing what they find.
I know. Yeah. So we're not going to tell you. You have to
go look.
That's right.
Yeah. Just like everything else.
Just like everything else. At 116 North William Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah.
And what's that phone number?
It is area code 919-734-5023.
Do we have anything else we need to talk about?
The vet. Do we have time for the vet?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. We have.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. We have on Wednesday, November 11th. We'll be having the parade. Will be, I think, 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, they're going to have something at the Veterans Park. Joe Marm's going to be there.
Yeah.
And then we're having a
Medal of Honor recipient.
Yeah, Medal of Honor recipient. Yeah. And that's going to be, then we're going to have a reception at the museum from 2 to 5. But speaking of Marm, I want to mention that the Postal Service has issued, it's called the First Day Cover Envelopes of the Medal of Honor stamp and artwork. And they will be available at the museum gift shop for $5, Wayne.
Wow.
So if that's another great Christmas item.
Yes, it is.
Or definitely even a collectible.
Very special.
Make sure you get your get your ones, yeah.
116 North William Street, and again the number is?
Area code 919-734-5023.
Okay. Chris, you did a great job, man.
Thank
you covered
you,
a lot of ground here in such a short amount of time, and we go to WayneMuseum.org.
That's correct.
And the Facebook?
Facebook, there's a museum, and then there's also a Facebook for the downtown, the dig, artifact recovery. And then also, I don't know if I have time, we got the Flickr page. We just started that up a couple.
Really?
Where people can go on there. We have all these pictures that we in our collection. We put them on there. And if we have some that haven't been identified, and any of your audience out there that's watching knows of them, they can go on our Flickr page, click on the picture, and tell us about it. And we will jot that down.
Wow.
And it'll be archived.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
That is fantastic.
That's the good side of technology.
Well, Wayne County Museum is a fun place, and I hope if you've never been there, you're in for a pleasant surprise. You could go and you could spend the entire day there, Tuesday through Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, you could spend the whole week there if you wanted.
Yeah.
And bring your sleeping bag and stay with Kirk at 735.
At the 734, yeah.
734
5023.
5023. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Wayne.
Right.
Always a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. With Sergeant Paige Learnard of Crimestoppers, Goldsboro-Wayne Crimestoppers. How you doing?
Great.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And we're asking the public's help with Crime of the Week. We're out catching bad guys.
Right.
All right, what do we have?
Well, we need them to help us catch some bad guys, or one in particular. On October 26th, about 8:15 in the evening, we had a black male that we've been unable to identify so far go into the Kentucky Fried Chicken at 700 East Ash with a weapon and rob them. Obviously, after the robbery, he fled on foot. And so 8 o'clock is still early enough in the evening. There's a lot of foot traffic downtown area.
Yes, there is.
We're hoping that somebody saw this individual, maybe running, walking. Maybe they've heard some talk about what's going on, but we're looking for the public's help.
Okay, and we had a couple of photographs there that showed the guy robbing the place. Was that a shotgun? Did you say?
Yeah, it does look like one.
Yeah, it looks like one. We don't really know.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say 100% sure. Sometimes these videos and pictures are grainy, but it's definitely a long gun.
Okay, if we could put that picture up one more time there. Let's go back to that. There you go. And hard to tell.
Sometimes it's hard to tell. You know, we'd rather hear from persons that may know something. If they know exactly what it was, you know, they might recognize this clothing. It's a gray hoodie, white shirt, blue jeans, white tennis shoes. Sometimes, like we've talked about so many times, people are familiar with, you know, people's stances and their clothing.
Yes.
And, you know, a mother can look at that picture and know that's their son or their brother or And a lot of times that's what helps us in videos such as this.
All right. Well, we'll go back to the first shot right there. All right. So what do we do now? We know that we call Crimestoppers, and the numbers are on the will be on the screen in just a moment there. But now we call Crimestoppers,
That's right.
and we do not give our name and address or any identifying remarks.
Right.
What do we do?
Well, like I always remind people, that phone's blocked, so I can't see their name, I can't see their number. We set up a code name or a code number, something that they can remember. They provide the information, and if it's their information that leads to the felony arrest, then I pay them a cash reward. I can't call them back and keep up with them, because that would mean I could identify them.
Right.
So I have them kind of call me back randomly, check in what's the status of their information, and I can let them know if it's their tip that actually led to an arrest. And so it's a very, very simple process.
Very simple process, and the people who call in with this information
Right.
are anonymous. They stay anonymous, and that's the way you want it.
That's exactly right.
All right. Sergeant Paige Learnard of Crimestoppers. You see at the bottom of the screen, the numbers are 735-2255, or text at 919-222-4230.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us. And today, by the way, I want to mention a birthday or two here. Jack Scalia. A lot of people don't know who he is. He's one of those faces, if he's a pretty boy. But if you saw him, you'd know who he was. You've seen him on TV 100 times. Or maybe two times.
Maybe two
But
times.
he was on Dallas. He played the character Nicholas Pierce.
Okay.
He's 65 today. He's a nice looking guy. Very clean. Nice looking
Very
guy.
clean.
I didn't say that. A birthday today for one of my favorite comedians, a fellow by the name of Sinbad. You know Sinbad?
Oh, yeah. I heard from
he's having a
Sinbad
birthday.
a long time.
Sinbad is great. He's having a birthday today. Had some personal issues back in the last 20 years or so, but he's about to get past all that. He's a good guy, good family man. His name is David Adkins.
Oh, wow.
That's his name. And his humor was always clean. That's one reason I like him.
Right.
His humor was always clean, and the biggest reason his humor was always clean is that because his mother always came to his performances. She was always in the audience. But he's still a good guy.
That's good.
He's still a good guy. He's 59 today. Mackenzie Phillips. She is the daughter. Mackenzie Phillips was the daughter of John Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas. Remember the Mamas and the Papas? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Mamas and
You've
Papas.
got to start briefing me about this stuff before.
I know, I really have. They're one of the biggest singing groups of the 70s. Up and away in my beautiful, beautiful balloon.
I know that
Okay,
song.
that's Mamas and the Papas.
Okay.
Okay, Mamas and Papas. They did a ton of other stuff.
We sang that like my kindergarten graduation. I was born in 82.
Oh,
You have to remember that.
Okay. Anyway,
I know that
John
song.
Phillips and the Mamas and the Papas, and Mackenzie Phillips was her stepmom.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Daughter.
Was his daughter, and Michelle Phillips was
Okay.
her stepmother. Mackenzie Phillips was on One Day at a Time, the TV show, One Day at a Time, never mind. She's 56 today. Tommy Davidson was one of the stars of In Living Color. He was also in Ace Ventura. He was also in Malcolm in the Middle. He's 52 today. Michael J. White, was in Arrow. He was also in For Better or Worse. He's 48 today. Ellen Pompeo.
She's in Grey's Anatomy.
Yes!
See, I got one. High five.
Woo! That's worth two.
You didn't give up on me.
Hey, I'll never give up on you. She's 47 years today. And Walton Goggins. Walton Goggins is 44. He was in Sons of Anarchy and Justified. Okay. Okay?
Very nice.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Today's the 10th, all right. It's, again, Marine Corps birthday. Tomorrow, let me remind you, is the Veterans Day Parade, downtown Goldsboro. Everyone's invited to attend. It begins at 11 a.m. On the 12th, we have a big event coming up on the 12th. It's a Veterans Day thing, and I'll tell you more about that tomorrow.
The job fair.
The job fair. Thank you. The job fair. And then we'll tell you more about that tomorrow.
And in the meantime, if you need to know what it is, you can contact the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce or Wayne Community College.
Okay. Oh, it's also Employ a Vet Week.
That's right.
The John Fair is tomorrow from 1 until 4. Between 1 and 2 p.m. tomorrow, between 1 and 2 p.m. tomorrow at the Wayne County Public Library. If you're a veteran, you can go and talk to these folks who have jobs available for you between 1 and 2. If you're not a veteran, you still can go between 2 and 4 p.m. This is at the Wayne County Public Library at 1001 East Ash Street in Goldsboro.
Very nice.
All right. The Sugarfoot Shag Club having their big event coming up for a charity event fundraiser for Shag Daddy. You know him as Mike Overman. Well, he is Mike Overman, but you know him as Shag Daddy. Yeah. This event will be held on the 21st at Lane Tree. Dinner served from 7 until 8. Doors open at 6:30. They need to sell 250 tickets to be able to seat all 250 ticket holders. And DJ will be Joey Warren. Dancing begins at 7. And that's about all I have on that.
Very nice.
All right, but that's good. That's coming up on the 21st. All right?
Sounds good.
All right, we're out of time. We got to go, got to run, got to get out of here, got to vamoose, got to split, got to go. How many ways?
I'm going with you.
Okay, anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. Hope you're able to join us because we're going to be right here, and I hope you are right there. And if you're not right there, you won't be able to watch. Until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniel.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.